In this tutorial, I'd like to show you how to use a global time dilation while keeping the movement of your character the same. So you'll see I have a very simple game here based on a 30-ish second timer that reacts to different pickup items. But you'll see at a certain point, I run into one item that slows down time for the game, but not for the character. So on hitting this diamond, you'll see the time really slows down. It freezes for the character, but she's still able to run. And you'll see right there was a camera shake and the time returns to normal. So how did I do this? Let's go into another blueprint. So let's find the bush and make that what changes the time for the character. So let's add a blueprint to this bush. Let's selecting its mesh. Let's go into collision, click generate overlap events, overlap all dynamic. Let's compile and save, and then also add a collision. Compile and save that. So now we have the bush set up. Let's go into the event graph of the bush. So we want this global time dilation to happen after the character overlaps with the bush. So let's cast to the character here. Now from here, we're going to use this nifty little node called global time dilation. And let's put a delay in here. And then this is tricky because after this node, we need set custom dilation. But I've found that it works a lot better if you first get the player pawn. And then you drag off of this return value for the set custom time dilation. There we go. And then you can connect these two. And then of course it would be nice after we finish with this pickup, we destroy it. Okay, so right now we actually have to put in all the numbers that we have. So for custom time dilation, I want it to be about 1/10 of how fast the time normally is. And I want the delay to be very brief, 0.01. And then the custom time dilation needs to be 10 in this case. A good rule is setting the custom time dilation multiplied by the global time dilation to equal 1. So that's why we have 0.1 times 10 equaling 1. So let's just go ahead and see if that works. So we have our normal timer and our character moving normally. If we overlap into the bush, time slows way down, but the character can do whatever he pleases. So now let's create another object that we can run into that will set the time back to normal. So maybe not a bush. And I'm gonna go into the character and I want to move his camera a little bit farther away so we can see more of this world. So let's see what that looks like here. Yeah, I kind of like that for this tutorial. Okay. So let's grab another object. Maybe not a prop, maybe just a shape this time. Yeah, let's do Taurus, this little inner tube thing. It's kind of cool. Let's bring that a little bit closer to our guy. Cool, and it hovers in the air. Let's just put a material on it for fun. Okay, so we have our little donut. So then in this donut, let's add a blueprint. And we need to do all of the same collision settings that we did on the bush. So generate overlap events, overlap all dynamic, then add a collision sphere. Okay. And then let's actually go into the bush and see what we have here. Let's just copy and paste this so we make sure we don't miss anything. Into the donut blueprint. So this should all work, except we want to set everything back to normal. So let's do 1 and 1 so that everything goes back to normal. And let's just test this out and see if it works. So we go here, time slows way down. Let's see what happens. And time returns to normal. That's great. So maybe, like in the other game I have, maybe it would be nice to let the user know that the time has gone back to normal and that they have less time. So maybe we could add a bit of a camera shake after the interaction with this donut. So first, after we destroy this, I'm going to try this. Client play camera shake. Camera local, that's correct. So we actually first have to set up a class for our camera shake. So we can go back out to our main area here. Going to get a blueprint class. And we actually need to look down here in all classes because this will be a custom class. Here it is, camera shake. Select that. We'll call it cam shake. And let's go into here. And we only need to adjust the details over here. So for the duration, let's make it last a whole second just for fun. You can blend in and out. I'm not really going to mess with that too much. Rotation, pitch, amplitude, and frequency. Amplitude 1. Let's just try 1 and 25. And a single instance. Let's leave this for now and see how that works. So now we go back here and we hook up the camera shake class to be cam shake. Compile. Okay, let's see here. Well, let's just jump into my other game and see how we did it here. So we have that in this. Okay, so what you will need from your client play camera shake is the target to have the get player controller. So let's go do that in the other game. So from the target, let's try this. Get player. Oh, and let's go see if it was controller or character. Controller, that's what I thought. Get player controller, and it hooks up. That's awesome. Okay, so let's see what happens when we do that. We slow down time. And yeah, that's kind of cool. So there you have the very basics of manipulating time and a little bit of user feedback while you do that.